Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. JOTA, and today we will be pretty much talking about the game last night, the victory against Rayo Vallecano. As you know, very important victory because we got the 3 points. That is the most important thing before the next international break. We are still top in the standings, which is good, of course. But right after the game, in my opinion, what I've read in all the newspapers and journalists and, outlets and people actually talking about the game, I mean, there was a lot of criticism just because in the last 10 minutes, Real Madrid got back a little bit and Rayo Vallecano was about to draw the game. And in my opinion, they were the worst 10 minutes that we have had over the last, in this season, right? So that's why there was a lot of criticism saying, why is this happening all the time? Because against Shakhtar Donetsk happened the same. I mean, we were winning the game, we were controlling the game, we were dominating the whole game, and all of a sudden, I don't know whether fear, whether we are very concerned about the possibility for the rival to score a goal and draw the game or something like that. I mean, all the players are very close to our own goal and we are conceding all the time chances for the rival to score and draw the game or even winning the game. So that is what we are right now analyzing and trying to figure what is going on in the last minutes every game, because we suffer too much and we jeopardize actually the victory that we already have, right? So the game against Rayo Vallecano was pretty much the same against Shakhtar Donetsk. We pretty much controlled the game. I mean, we were winning, we were up in the score, winning 2-0. Everything seemed really controlled, everything seemed really, for everybody was like, okay, Real Madrid will walk over Rayo Vallecano again. We are going to score 3 or 4 goals and we are going to win very easily, but didn't happen. What happened actually was Rayo Vallecano very close to draw the game and get the 3 points. So what is going on here? Right after the game, Carlo Ancelotti was talking about that. And of course, Real Madrid got again whistles from the fans, which is another signal that there is something that we are not doing in the right way, in the right direction, right? And we have to work on it a little bit more. So right after the game, Carlo Ancelotti showed up in the press conference and said, the first 80 minutes have been the best minutes of the season, which, is something I do not agree at all. Because to me, there have been much and way better games than this one, but it's okay, it's his opinion. So the first 80 minutes have been the best of the whole season. The problem were the last 10 minutes when we suffered too much, and there's no way for us to suffer when we are controlling the game, we're up in the score, we are winning. Why is this happening? Apparently nobody knows. Whether the midfield just retreats a little bit back or drops back too much, and then the defense really can handle the situation, and then we start to concede different chances for the rival to score and stuff like that, because it happened the same against Shakhtar Donetsk. So nobody really knows what is going on. In my opinion, is the lack of attitude, is the lack of character, the strong will to keep moving forward at any time during the 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter that you are winning 2-0 or 3-0 or 1-0. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep pushing up and try to, get 3-4 goals and close the game completely. So Rayo Vallecano or any other doesn't have any chance to, catch up with you or score a couple of goals and then they are back in the game. Things like that. These kind of things shouldn't happen, but it happened. So the good news is that we got the 3 points. We are still, like I said, top in the standings. But, the game of Real Madrid is still not convincing too much, because although we are winning, we are getting 3 points in Champions or La Liga. The problem is what we see every game. It is okay. We create chances. we can score more goals and stuff like that. We had the Vinicius Jr. playing incredible, Benzema is still scoring goals, and we have a lot of big chances to score. But for any reason, there's something in the air that for Los Madridistas, for all the fans of Real Madrid, it's kind of like, it's okay because we're winning, but we are not very convinced the team is doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. It's something really weird. So now Carlo Ancelotti has to figure that out and has to say, okay, what is going on here and what is the real problem that we are having every single game to struggle this much? Because shouldn't happen, but it is happening, right? So that is as far as the whole game. I mean, the analysis is pretty much the first 45 minutes we could easily have scored maybe 3 to 4 goals and closed down and shut down the whole match, but it didn't happen. So that's why Rayo Vallecano still had chances to catch up with us and score 1 goal and maybe draw the game. And but the first 45 minutes, I think that we controlled pretty much everything without the brilliant plays and without brilliant performance, but good enough, right? And then in the second half, that is when all the problems came up, just because we saw to Rayo Vallecano trying to catch up, trying to score, trying to create more chances. They had big chances. Actually, one of the shots went to the woodwork, and then Courtois saved I think it was 2 or 3 saves, very important for Thibaut Courtois. So it was kind of like, very balanced second 45 minutes. So at some point I thought that they were going to score the second goal and we were going to miss the 3 points. But fortunately it didn't happen. So as far as the players, what I should say, it is, for example, when it comes to Camavinga, again, he had the chance to play in the lineup of Real Madrid just because in the last minute, Modric apparently had fever or something like that and he couldn't make it, right? So Camavinga replaced Luka Modric, and I mean, it was a completely different player to the beginning of the season when we saw Camavinga performing incredible, but a little bit crazy, losing position, running back and forth with no ideas, in my opinion, about what he has to do or where he should be at in any single moment, right? In every single moment of the field. So the only reason why it happened that way, it is because to me, Carlo Ancelotti has told Camavinga to keep cool, stay calm, and try to take the risks only if these risks are worth, you know what I'm saying? Because if you try to do something like super crazy in the wrong moment, that can cost us a lot. Maybe 1 goal, maybe the game, maybe the 3 points or whatever. So that's why yesterday we didn't see a super performance from Camavinga, because in my opinion, he was trying to make sure that at every single moment, in every single aspect of the game, he was doing the right thing. So he was more concerned and worried about that rather than to be, running back and forth and super up or super low or things like that. So that's why we didn't see the Camavinga we used to see in the beginning of the season. Then, as far as Marco Asensio, who was the other specific name we had to talk about, just because Marco Asensio came back to the lineup after, I think it was like 2-3 weeks, because his last lineup, I think it was against Villarreal, if I'm not wrong. So he was coming back to the right wing and he did a better job. He did a good job. My opinion is he normally, Marco Asensio normally plays much better in the midfield, right? And at some point, if he's moving all the time around the rival area, or the front of the front of the box, it is much better, right? But when he can and he has to play, say for example, in the right wing or something like that, it is not the kind of player that will be the most outstanding player. But yesterday, in my opinion, he had a very different performance, much better performance, because he was more active, he was trying to be important, he was trying to get the ball and get away with it, he was trying to offer passes, assists to the teammates. He was trying to figure different options, different ways, finding gaps, finding possibilities for the rest of the team, for the rest of the teammates, So he was pretty much more active. He had a very clear chance to score as well. He made an assist, which is good, in the first goal of Toni Kroos. So he saw much more possibilities yesterday than in previous or prior games when he used to play in the right wing. Of course, to me, the best position for Marco Asensio is, like I said, right in front of the rival box. That is the perfect spot for Marco Asensio to display all his skills and stuff like that. But if he can, then in the right wing he can work, but as long as he is very active and he try to involve and engage with the rest of the teammates and the game and all the stuff. Because if he is playing very isolated, I think that his mind fades away, his ideas fades away and things like that, but he did a very, very good job. And then I wanted to talk to you all about Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard just played like 10 minutes, but he didn't do anything. He didn't deliver anything special. He didn't have time. And of course, like in the prior games, Eden Hazard is a player that really can provide to this Real Madrid something really specific, something really important, something really outstanding, something that you can say, okay, this guy maybe can be a little bit better if you give him some more minutes or something like that. No. Eden Hazard is the player that he is. Right now we can't expect something, amazing or special from Eden Hazard, because to me it is a player that has spent a lot of time on the bench and, dealing with multiple injuries and stuff like that. And he's no longer the player he used to be in Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? So, my opinion is this guy, as long as we have a good offer for him, in my opinion, Real Madrid will try to get rid of the player really quick. Maybe next January he goes out. They are saying in the Premier League there is Newcastle and two others very interested in signing Eden Hazard. So to me, the best option for him, the best option for Real Madrid, it is to separate ways and say, okay, good luck and have fun and try to enjoy your soccer, enjoy your football, but your career in Real Madrid is pretty much over. Because yesterday, again, this is another reason why we have to get rid of Eden Hazard. It is because Vinicius Jr., he didn't score, he didn't assist, and he yet was one of the best players of the game. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you have a Vinicius Jr., man, it's like there's no way for Eden Hazard to play in this Real Madrid. It's almost impossible, right? So I don't think that is, a single chance for the Belgian player to, keep up with Vinicius Jr. or try to catch up with the Brazilian player. It is almost impossible. So let's see what happens. But in my opinion, right now, situation between Eden Hazard and Marco Asensio are a little bit different, because I still think Marco Asensio has a chance to keep playing for Real Madrid if Ancelotti wants to keep counting on him. But for Eden Hazard, man, in my opinion, it's a little bit more complicated. So that is pretty much my analysis on the game against Rayo Vallecano, and a bunch of players I wanted to talk about just because different reasons. Marco Asensio, in my opinion, has reversed a little bit his situation in Real Madrid, and Hazard, in my opinion, is done. His career in Real Madrid is over. And Camavinga was a little bit shy last night, but to me there was a very good reason for it, and it is because he's very concerned about to be the right player or the player Ancelotti is expecting for. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.